Hello, here we go. The metal detectors that you see behind me are going to take a rest this weekend. We've got another project. Okay, our project for today you now see in the background. A TV, a large screen, wall-mounted TV with wires everywhere. There's wires. We're going to get rid of them. Not the way I see on YouTube. Everybody wants you to cut a hole here, run an extension cord on the outside. No, we're not going to do that. You ain't going to see no wires. From the floor, anywhere, you're not going to see a wire. They're all going to be hid. We'll be back with it in a minute. Okay, here is where we're going to start out. We are going to put a hole here, hole here, hole here. We start out by placing this box approximately where we want it. Take our level and get our box level. Take our pencil, mark the four sides on it. Okay, we're going to cut the center hole first. Once we do that, then we'll determine where the studs actually end, and we're going to lay just about a ½ inch off of the studs, because these boxes that I've got have the little flaps to catch, so we don't have to drive any nails. Be back in just a second. Now we're going to take a small type of knife, I don't know exactly what this one is called, and we're going to start cutting out our hole by tracing the lines that we had just drawn. And this will take several passes to make it nice and neat. Okay, it's going to take more than just that. Now basically I'm going to do all 4 lines, and I'm going to work this until I get this box out. Okay, I have removed the TV so that you'll be able to see a little better about what I'm doing. But they make a saw to do this with. I've got one, but I just don't like how ragged a saw makes these holes. So I prefer cutting them with a blade, very sharp blade, and it makes a lot nicer looking cut that your box is going to fit in a lot better. So I'll be back to show you how to check the hole in just a moment.
Get my sticker out. The sticker picture.
Okay, we now have the hole cut out. There's the plug out of it. And I'll test the box to see that it's going to fit. Now, before I do, I'm going to tighten this screw up for the bottom to where that plate won't fall and lock it in. Okay, actually, instead of tightening it up, I just went ahead and removed it. The top one's fine because it won't flop until you start tightening the screw. But I checked the fit of my hole to make sure that it's nice and snug. And there, it's tight fit. I may trim it just a little bit to make it fit a little bit better. But now, there'll be a little bit of trimming here and on one of these. Now I'm going to determine how far over the stud is, and then I'm going to mark the holes for my other two boxes. Okay, what I'm going to determine this with is just an older, and it's not very good shape, but this will be the distance to the wall, to the other stud. So I'm going to back off about 3/4 of an inch and mark there. And then I'll check the same way over here. Now I'm not really measuring for length, but I'm going to do the same thing. There's the mark. Back off about 3/4 of an inch and put a mark. Now there's going to be the outside. The box is actually going to be here and here. Okay, I will start out. I'm going to make sure all my holes are the same height. You know, make sure they're level. So I'll put a level across the top of this hole and put me a mark on the ends of my level. I'll get my box. I'll bring the top of my box up to that mark and to the mark over here. And then I'm going to set my level on this one. I don't think you'll be able to see the level bubble, but okay, there's the marks for my other two holes. Just in case I decide to add this. Okay, what I've got now, I've already run my snake through one of the holes, and you know, there's my snake. Now we're going to go under the house and I'll show you the other end of it. Okay, all right, what we're going to run is a Cat 5 cable for the internet to the TV. We're going to run some, let's see, I believe this is 10-2 wire. I believe, might be 12-2. It doesn't even tell on this one. It does, but I just have not seen it. And we're going to naturally run the cable, the TV cable. So I'm going to now tape these, all three, onto the end of the snake in progression to where I can run them up through the floor. And I will have an assistant upstairs. Okay, go ahead and pull now. And pull up if you can. Reach up and pull up. And just keep pulling, keep pulling. You're going to get a lot before we start into the floor. Okay, we're starting in now. Okay, pull till you find wires. Okay, pull more, pull some more, pull some more. Okay, that's it. Now we have the wires pulled through the wall. I mean, you can't see them up in there because it's awfully dark. But right here is our three wires that we've got to run. And now we'll meet back upstairs and do the wiring in of the plugs and get ready to come down and wire up the rest of it. Come on. Okay, now we're going to lay some wires in and some boxes in these holes that we made earlier. Start out with the extra little plug-in. always like to have enough to make sure I can do whatever I want to do. These boxes are just so simple. It's going to get noisy, but you just take and run them up until it squeaks just a little bit. Like that right there. Now that box is secure and will not move. Okay. Now I will push the wires through my primary box where the power is actually going to come in from, which some people say to break these doors out. No, do not break them out. Leave them in there, because what they do, they keep that wire from pulling back. That way it won't pull out on you. There's various reasons that they could pull out, but that will keep that from happening. So do not break the little lids out. And here we've got, I'm going to be pushing some wires a little bit to get this one in, so it's going to be a little bit tougher, but I didn't get that wire out enough. There we go. But here we go. We got the same thing. It's set in place, and we tighten the. Oh boy, that one's gonna be tough to get. Okay, that's ready. Okay, now there's our power box, and now we'll do the cable and the Ethernet. Okay, now I'm going to put the cable wire through a box. Now, I know this is a little different than what
This is the little
other one showed. Shayla,
What?
quit repeating me. My granddaughter loves to repeat what I say.
Hey.
And you pretty well tell when they touch the wall. But now that is our 3 hidden boxes in place. We'll be back with more. I'm going to start out doing my video cable and make sure that the inner coating comes flush with the inside there, and always take a crimper. And they've got other kinds. I prefer to use the screw-ons, but I don't have any. But make sure you crimp that and get you a nice solid connection. Now on the inside wire, leave about a 1/4 inch sticking past the end of your screw part. And then simply slide it in and spin it on. Okay, there's the video portion of it completed. I've got my auxiliary or my extra plug-in and the main plug, which is one of them will be a countersunk. I'm not sure which one I'm going to put where yet, but I'll show you bits and pieces of the process of these two as we go along. Okay, I'm going to put my recessed one over here, so I'm going to cut everything to length. The neutral will go on the green here. We're going to, if I can find the right pliers, I'm going to put a little hook in it. This will do it. It's not what I was wanting, but it'll be all right. Okay. Okay, put a little hook in it. Catch it through the hook and squeeze the wire. I mean, all I'm squeezing here is just the wire to bring it closer to itself, and then tighten the green one up. And I'll repeat the process. Basically, I'll put one white wire here, the other one here, and on the opposite side I'll put a black one and a black one, and then do the same over here. Well, there is the setup of the plug-ins that have decided to use. The recessed, I don't know why I even went with that. I'm not going to need it, but I wanted a recess for the TV. This is in case we run any game systems. And of course, my video cable, and inside is the data cable for later use if I decide to go with it. And if you notice, there are going to be no wires showing down here. I've got some more work to do, but we'll show you the finished product when we get there. Okay, here we are. The TV. Who sees the wires? Now that double video outlet will be gone eventually once I do my painting. Yeah, now I gotta paint. But basically, that's getting rid of the wires the right way. You know, if you like this video, please hit like, subscribe to my channel. You never know what I might be doing. But hey, come join me. Let's get some grime under our fingernails. See y'all in the next video.